Almost got it right. All right. Not liking this. Little dark. New location. That's okay. Okay, this will work. We're getting to work. Slowly but surely. I got an idea. See, it's all improvising here. Almost. It's dark again. Try to make it work. We're trying here. I apologize for the delay. It's just different lighting everywhere. Not sure why it's so dark on this screen. It's like a nighttime movie. All right. Well, welcome either way. And one more thing. Not doing much of good. All right. Well, either way, I apologize for the darkness of the light. Tried a new setting, new place. Apparently, the light doesn't like me right now. Let me try one more thing. That's even worse. I guess I'm floating head. All right. Well, we're gonna do it either way. We're here. This is all fun. This is how you do it. If you're here, feel free to put a comment. Let me know you're watching, whether it's live or on the replay. This is Dr. Thomas here at Spirits of Wisdom, and apparently I'm in the dark. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little talk here in the dark. So what are we talking about today? We're continuing on with this idea, this concept of rebirth. It's a lot more in depth than what 1 month can cover. When we talk about rebirth, we talk about where we are in our lives. We are in the beginning of the shift in this change from how we used to be, how the energy used to be, to where we are right now. And so, with all that, comes the opportunity for us to truly rebirth ourselves in a different way. To open ourselves up, to live in our life through our soul, with a purpose and meaning that we have been longing for so long. For so long. And when we came in this life, we knew there was a chance for it to happen. The beauty of it all is it did happen. And we are now in a new energy, in a new consciousness, in a new era. But remember, we stepped into this life, most of us, with the old era, energy, consciousness within. This is the transition time. This is truly the rebirth of humanity, of the planet, and of you. And so what we say to it is your choice in how you decide to rebirth yourself. to understand who you are. And that will further bring you to the place you want to be. So the question was asked, what do we need to do if we are dating or looking to date to find a normal partner? Well, let's rethink that question completely. Because what we have viewed as normal for decades and centuries is not normal to you if you are truly watching. Because if you are watching this, you yourself, are you ready? You yourself would not be considered normal in society. Because what society is driven by is not the soul, but by the ego. It goes back to the very simple principles we talked about before. Humanity is run primarily by the ego because the ego takes over the body around the 6 or 7 years old. Because the ego conforms to society, the ego takes the path of expect of what should happen, of what is known. It feeds off the fear and the worry. It tries to shelter you so you do not get surprised, so that you know what to expect, and at least if you know what to expect, your life will be at least known. And it brings worry to when it's unexpected. So when dating or trying to date, the first thing you must do is understand you don't need a partner. You are loved. And you must first truly, unconditionally love yourself. No partner can love you if you don't love you. And we are put down so much in this world that it is hard for loving ourselves. It's too hard to think we are deserving of someone amazing. It is so hard for us to think that we are beautiful or handsome or sexy or whatever it is you want it to be. But you are. And you do not need us to tell you. You must first acknowledge it and know that you truly are desired and deserving. And if you love yourself, that is the first step to bringing in love. Now, people will say, oh, I love myself. It is not as easy as saying, I love you. You must live as if you love yourself. You must go through the steps. Treat yourself. Be deserving. Feel love. Feel sex. Feel beautiful. Feel handsome. You must feel that way to get it from someone else. And while you work on yourself, you must understand as you grow and develop, we used this analogy before. As you grow and develop, You are escaping from your past, especially now during this transition time. You are escaping from your past lives, from your past relationships, from your past soul family, what you would call your soulmates. You are creating a distance, untwining. What is that? So that you may open up into a new. Now, part of this is also understanding anew. So we use the analogy of like a big lake. Now, initially, in the old energy, you're in this lake with thousands of other fish. But you found a cave that when you swam through it, it took you to this beautiful lagoon, a safe lagoon. So beautiful, warm, and wonderful to be. The difference is only those who have raised their own wisdom, vibration, frequency, whatever you want it to become, can find that lagoon. What does that mean for you? If you are looking for a partner, it means it's a new partner. But more than that, the masses are not them. It don't mean you can't find a partner. It means your own consciousness, vibration and frequency is different. Now, the temptation, what happens so many is you go back through that little cavern to the big ocean, the big sea. But when you go back, you are a new consciousness, a new magnet, attracting many others. So more discernment is needed. Because you are attracting not just those that you desire, but those that you do not. This comes back to the first point. You must love yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Because when you step back into the big ocean as a higher vibrational entity, as someone with this new consciousness, as someone who is so deserving and ready for the new, you'll be met with the all. And too often, despite what we say, it is too easy to revert oneself to the old pattern, to the old way. Because we think, as in the question that was asked, woe is me, how can I find someone normal? If you look in the spot you've been looking before, you might have changed, but the fish have not. And if you're in the same space, you will revert to how you were in that same space. You must be. And I know, once again, everyone now he says, but I am. You are not. Is that too blunt to say? You are not. Because we think we have changed. But we must rebirth ourselves in order to thoroughly find that which can be. It does not mean you can't go back to that pool and find someone that is a match for you, that is a soulmate for you. It can't mean that if you don't live your life even a little better, a little more free and in love, as in the master would be, or in the spirit, because we all can be the masters, that you won't attract someone that is at least closer to your vibration. And it will happen, and it can happen. It very well can. But it all will always start with who you are, what you deserve, what you feel about yourself, and what you're truly looking for. Anyone can be a soulmate to anyone. Choice is there. Our own intention, our own self-love, and the actions behind it are critical to attracting who you want in your life. But you must understand also, they have free choice too. And as a result, you may open them up. You may help them reach that level. You may bring a wisdom to them, because when you have this energy and co-consciousness and you are in this space filled with love because you love yourself, you treat yourself with love and how deserving, that energy will rub off on them. But you must understand, it too needs to be understood by them what it is they truly want. He has seen it. He has experienced it many times. Free choice is there. And sometimes the partner is not ready for the next step. And if you connect, it is a lovely thing. But you are a beautiful being. And if they do not choose you, it will be okay. Because it just means you've gotten closer to what you are looking for, to what you deserve. And sometimes that is what you need to understand and see. So if you are trying to find a partner using these sites, start with who you are and loving yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't put on the site, ooh, I am a vegetarian or vegan. You must be too. And then I am very spiritual. You must understand my spirituality and believe in it. And then go off and date someone or to choose someone who eats all the meat and is a strong anti-believer. Because what you are doing is putting out the mixed messages, not to the other person, but to your own soul, to the universe. And we do that so often. We often think if you swipe one way or the other, oh my goodness, I'm going to miss out on something. Yet you don't want someone that smokes, or you don't want someone that is taller than you, or you don't want someone that has dog or cat, whatever it is. Yet you are so desperate for the someone that you accept everyone. And then you ask the question, why can't I find a normal person? Well, your normal person is getting lost in the weeds because you're being impatient and you're looking for the first one that jumps up and says, hello. And if you're a female, we are so sorry. You've got 30,000 people saying hello to you. And how do you discern yourself and pick them up? If you want a little tip, I'd like to help. Love yourself. Treat yourself with love. You deserve it. And know you are very deserving. And when you go on to these places, come with love in your heart and in your soul. Don't think. Don't have the fear of any missing out. Put out the energy of what you need, a vibrational who aligns with you, who is someone that will connect at a level that I. And then, right left and right, when you're in this space, and if you sweat like put left and left with one, it's okay. Because you are loved. You are beautiful. And when the time is right, you get sweat at your feet. For many that are searching and desiring that partner, the time is not right when you are desiring it too much. Because instead of finding that company, instead of finding that match, you are looking to fill a void, to embrace and increase happiness through a person when you should already be happy and looking to improve that. Now, we are going to talk about something else here, the taboo part of all this. Sex is okay. There is nothing wrong with it. It is a religion that have told us no to sex. And so because of it, so many of you have been like, oh no, I can't have sex. That is not right. What if you were told the sex is the most spiritual healing act any person can do with another, or could do, period. Yes, everyone always says, I need to come, connection, and all this. You go, well, that is true. It's much better when there's an energetic connection. But then there's so many that feel bad when they get sex, and then they don't want to be with that person. The secret is, it's okay. Trust me, you healed each other. And sometimes that is what the connection was meant for. Because sometimes you need to understand this idea of rebirth of you means fully breaking away from what society says you have to do or how you should be. No, it is how you feel, need, and want to be. But we hide our emotions, we hide our desires. And guess what? When you hide it and are not through with yourself and not aligned with yourself, you're once again putting out the missed messages. And when you put it out, there's that fuzziness in front of you. Think of it this way. In the past, the karma pushed you in directions. No more does that happen. Now, your energy cre- creates the path. But if your energy is mixed, not aligned, you've got multiple paths being created in front of you. And your soul doesn't know where to take you. And so you are going to go in different directions. And so what you're looking for is going to be on the aligned path. But it is not built yet because you are not being true to yourself. Tonight he was in a group session and they talked about something. Michelangelo said it. Came from Wayne Dyer's book. Those that shoot for the stars, for the high goals, and miss, versus those that shoot for the simple low goal and make it. We were discussing that in the class. And what we showed him is what Barry's going to share. It is okay to shoot for the high goal. It is okay to shoot for the low goal, the close one. But the key is to always be shooting for the goal and never reaching the full potential of everything there because that is not possible. But you're always moving forward. So imagine a dartboard setup, bow and arrow, okay? Now your goal is to hit the top one with the arrow. But you might not be ready for that yet. So what do you mean? You shoot the arrow at the first one. You hit it. You then move to where the first one is, pull out that arrow, and the second one is now closer than it was before. And you shoot it and you hit it. And next thing you know, you get the second one. And now you might be able to reach that far off target, but you're still too far away. So you shoot and hit the third one, and you're taking these steps. And so in a relationship, sometimes you meet that first person who you might feel great, but they may be not what you want, or the purpose of the connection is not this long-term romantic. It could even be you just wanted sex with each other, and that's what this is. It's okay. Just know there's another target there. And as you go, the big target is getting closer and closer and closer till one day, without even thinking, you've already aligned yourself because you learned how to hit the bullseye. and how the game works and what you need in your life by taking these steps to a point where it's natural. And the next thing you know, Cupid will hit the person you're looking for. And you won't be like you wasted time. You would have realized how wonderful every one of those experiences was. Even the bad and the worst time. Because you would be who you wanted to be. But even better than that, you became who you wanted to become. And that allowed everything else to come to you. We talking for a while. Longer than we know. We love you. We love you. You love you. It is simple. Alright. Wow, that was long. And I'm in the dark the whole time. So I hope I answered the question. I know it's not ideally what people think of with that type of answer. Because a lot of people want to know like more specifics, but it starts with you. You heard it. It starts with who you are, who you are becoming in your own journey. You're not normal. Don't expect normal. You are amazing. You are so deserving and so beautiful and wonderful. Expect amazing. Expect someone just as deserving and as wonderful as you are. Believe it first. Act it first. And then you see what happens. That was weird. There we go, back to the darkness. Alright, guys, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. I hope this was helpful. Hope this was interesting. And feel free to share, subscribe if you haven't already. Give it to someone that might need to hear this message. Alright. Good night.